Surgical guide of thoracolumbar posterior MIS screw rod system. Each component is made of TC20 material that meets the GB 13810 standard. The diameter of the pedicle screw is 5.5 to 7.0. The length of the connecting rod is 40 to 400. Increase every 5 mm between 40 and 100, straight and curved. Increase every 10 mm between 110 and 160. Negative angle locking thread. More secure locking feature. Strong coupling strength of the tulip thread. Highly resistant to rod displacement failure. 1. Locate the positioning plate to determine the entry point. Two. Puncture and drill holes to establish the screw channel. Position it under the X-ray machine and make corresponding adjustments based on the X-ray image. 3. Remove the puncture needle rod. Insert the guide needle and remove the outer sleeve of the puncture needle. 4. Hole expansion by multi-stage sleeve. Generally, 4 stages are enough. 5. Use an open awl to penetrate the cortex at the entry point. 6. Select appropriate screws based on the distribution of screw holes and intraoperative needs. 7. Select the appropriate tap for tapping according to the screw specifications. 8. Align the mark on the tail of the screw with the mark on the top of the extension sleeve. Insert the tail of the screw into the head of the extension sleeve, and a click sound confirms that the insertion is successful and the springs on both sides of the extension sleeve are correctly reset. Insert the screwdriver into the tail of the extension sleeve. Insert the head of the screwdriver into the torque slot inside the screw, and tighten it along the thread. Use the ratchet handle to implant the screw into the vertebral body along the guide wire. The screw insertion depth can refer to the tapping depth, and there are length marks on the side wall of the extension sleeve. Opening outward. 9. Insert the arc rod tester into the long arm screw, and the indicator reading value is the selected specification length of the connecting rod. The length of the rod must also take into account the increase in length caused by the expansion operation, otherwise, the rod will not be able to be locked normally. 10. Place the tail end of the connecting rod into the corresponding slot of the rod setter, and use the rod setter wrench to lock the tail end of the connecting rod. 11. Use a single head plug screwdriver to screw the plugs into the screws one by one. And use a pre-locking screwdriver to pre-lock the plugs. 12. Use the distractor to cover the extension sleeve to perform expansion/compression operations. Select one side as the fixed side, and use the pre-locking screwdriver to reverse the other side half a turn to loosen the screw plug. For final locking, use a 10 NEM torque-limiting T-handle and an L-handle counter torque to lock all screw plugs in sequence. 14. Insert the unlocker into the minimally invasive sleeve. Lift the unlocker upwards to remove the minimally invasive sleeve from the body.